Hey guys, TommyBryson here, and if you're watching this video, most likely you're kind of new to the whole NFT space and also Opensea, and you want to know exactly what the fees actually are, how to avoid them potentially, but you mostly just want to know how much is it gonna cost for me to get involved in this game. And every game has fees, even the games that say, hey, free to play, there's always a way that they are getting paid. So in this video, we're going to break everything down. And by the way, if you're interested in creating an NFT for free and selling it also for free, don't worry, I'm not selling anything. I made a video though with a tutorial showing you from A to Z exactly how to do it, and the link is down below, and I also put it right here in the cards, how to create an NFT for free and sell it also for free. All right, now if you guys are new here, do me a favor, like this video. On top of that, also subscribe and hit the bell to get notified whenever I post a new video about either NFTs or investing or just overall money talk. Okay, now the first thing I do want to say, guys, is this. Okay, the fees are very basic and very easy to understand, so I'll leave it for a little bit later into the video. But whenever I'm playing a game or I'm gonna use a website, or for example, it involves crypto, which is very like weird, right? The first thing I want to do is find out exactly, well, Opensea is a marketplace, and the first question is, well, how does Opensea actually make money? And by finding this out, I'm going to know exactly what they actually want to do and what their purpose actually is and what their marketing is actually going to be. You know, when you think about Opensea, I want you to think about eBay, but instead, obviously, for digital assets. And the whole idea is that an Opensea is not just like the normal cyberpunks and bored apes. No, it's also sports, it's also trading cards, it's also photography, music, domain names, and then you have, for example, the art factor. There's a lot of things on there you can actually sell and actually buy. So knowing the fees is very important, but knowing how they make money is even more important, because just like eBay, whenever they sell the product or you sell the product, for example, on their marketplace, they charge you like around 10%. But on Opensea, they only charge you around 2.5%. So that's how they actually make their money. And you might say, Tommy, well, 2.5% is not that much, and it's not that much compared to 10%, right? The contrast principle. But it's 2.5%, most likely for now, until you have more competition step into the arena. And by the way, Opensea right now has a valuation of around $13 billion and raised over $400 million and has around 1.8 million users actually active of the time of this video. So you think about like, well, just 2.5%, well, in 1 month, they did around like $20 million. So that's around like $500,000. And now they're doing even more, like in the 90s of millions of dollars. So in reality, they're making a lot of money. Now, why is this important to fees? Because you always want to know this, okay? The way their platform is made is that they're going to make money whenever you sell something or whenever somebody's buying, right? That's what they actually want to happen. So what do they want to do? They want to eliminate all the initial friction to get you into the game. So never think that Opensea is going to willfully, for example, charge you some crazy high fee to get you started, because that's not how they make their money. They make their money through volume, through sales, through buying. That's where the money actually comes from. So that's the first thing I wanted to tell you guys, because most of the fees, well, they come from using Ethereum. And that's where things get a little tricky here, because the number one thing you're going to hear as you study, for example, NFTs and cryptocurrency and Opensea and all this stuff is you're going to hear, for example, the gas fee. The gas fee is super high. And whenever you hear gas fee, just think about, for example, transaction fee. So if you don't know this, okay, Ethereum uses smart contracts to process transactions, but every time you have, for example, one transaction, that uses power. Power is basically sourced through miners, and miners charge a fee to get this thing done. It's kind of like saying, well, I want something done, so I call Paul, but Paul actually contacts Jim to do the thing for me, and that's where you're actually having a whole fee. That's the whole idea. So when you think about this, Ethereum charges money per transaction, and that is where the gas fee is going to come. Now, I don't want to make this video very complex, so if you do want to know what the gas fee basically is, which by the way goes up and down and fluctuates based on, for example, congestion, which basically means, hey, how many people right now are trying to make transactions, the more people and the higher utilization, the higher the fees are actually going to be. If, for example, let's say Ethereum is going down and people are basically buying and selling, well, what happens is that basically goes up, right? A lot of activities, which basically means higher gas fees. So usually you might want to make your transactions when activity is actually a lot lower. That way you save a lot more money. And if you want to save money also on gas fees, you can choose, for example, from doing the transaction slow, might take 3 hours to 48 hours, or doing it, for example, at a normal pace, or doing it at a super fast pace, and that's the whole idea. But when you break down at the core level the entire gas fees, so you think about the gas price is made out of two things, which is basically the gas limits, which is usually around like 21,000, not dollars, not Ethereum, don't worry, it's just like a unit of expression. And then you have, for example, the GI, which is basically GW EI. I always forget how to spell that word, but that's the whole GI, and it's basically like a denomination, a lower denomination of Ethereum. So when you think about it, to make it simple, because it sounds complex and it's not, it's kind of like when you go to the gas station and you want to pump gas into your car, and you know for a fact that the way gas prices are calculated are at a per gallon basis. So for example, a gallon of gas might be $3, and you need, for example, a certain amount to actually run your car. So that's how much you have to put in there, the gas limit. And that basically tells you, well, if I need 3 gallons to operate for the entire week and the price is $5, well, 3 times 5 equals, for example, $15. But in this sense, it's basically gas limits and also, for example, the minimum transaction fee through GI, which is, again, GWEI, which is an Ethereum lower denomination. Again, I want to make this video simple, but it's a little complex, and I don't want to give you false information to make things even more simple, so I'm going to tell it to you how it basically is. But that's the idea, but don't overthink it. If you want to know basically what the gas price basically is, remember, it fluctuates, and just go to this website. The website is called, for example, Ethereum gas station. Google it, you'll find it, and I'll tell you exactly what the gas prices basically are. And that's important because whenever you're selling and buying, you're going to incur costs, okay? Gas prices, okay? Or gas fee. Now, let's talk about the fees that Opensea actually has and how they actually work. So far, you know how they make money, how gas fees are actually calculated, or where to go to actually find the fees to make it a lot more simple. And now I'm going to tell you exactly what the fees basically are. Now, whenever you go to Opensea, again, they want to make things simple because they make their money through volume. We talked about that. We understand that now. But there is an initiation fee, okay? And that is going to cover basically the gas prices. Now, that initiation fee is going to be anywhere from $80 to $300. And again, it fluctuates. And I trust me, I kind of know that Opensea probably doesn't want to charge it because they want to make things a lot less friction-like. And they also have, for example, a contract approval fee, which is, for example, if you minted or, for example, just created your NFT somewhere else and you want to transfer from your wallet over to there and you want to approve the contract, that's going to incur a fee. If I wish it was free, but a fee. And then after that, you have all of, for example, all of the Ethereum fees. You have, for example, the accepting an offer fee, the transferring an NFT fee, and also, for example, gifting an NFT also costs you a fee. Nothing is free in this world because everything is going to use processing power, and miners are not going to do that for free. So that's why everything has like a little fee attached to it. And then you have, for example, buying an NFT, that's a fee, canceling illicit NFT, canceling a bid, converting from WETH over to Ethereum, vice versa, or converting, for example, from Polygon over to Ethereum, and also freezing your metadata also requires a fee. All this stuff has fees, but the good news is that Ethereum is working on Ethereum 2.0 and adding like a second layer to the whole game. So the whole goal is to basically increase the amount of things it can possibly do to basically lower the fees, which, by the way, it's kind of like how you have gas prices and then you have like electric cars. And as things get even more advanced, the price to actually power these machines is going to get a lot lower and lower and lower. But always in the beginning, there's always like, for example, like massive fees because that's just how things work in the beginning. But the overall goal is that Opensea most likely is creating right now a free marketplace. And that's why I say it is possible to go ahead and list an NFT and actually sell it for free, and that's called like lazy minting. There's so much you need to know, so do me a favor, subscribe to the channel because I will have more videos coming out. But the idea is that OpenSea only charges 2 fees, okay? The initiation fee, the initialization fee, not initiation fee. You're not initiating into anything. And then you have, for example, also like the contract approval. If you want to transfer, like for example, like an NFT over into OpenSea. But those are the only 2 main fees, and there is a way to avoid them by using, for example, like their Polygon blockchain instead of, for example, going straight to Ethereum. And that way you can basically just like avoid all those things. So just go over to Ethereum and you choose, for example, the free way through Polygon, and you're basically able to do it. Or just watch my video explaining everything in full to basically avoid all of those things. But guys, hopefully you came to this video, hopefully it helped you, and hopefully you walked away knowing a bit more than you actually wanted to know, because the whole thing is fees, but I want to tell you how they make money. That way you know exactly where their morals basically lie. And it's all about, hey, we want you to buy more stuff, we want you to sell your stuff too, we just want transactions because that's how we make our money. And then you also know exactly how gas price is calculated, which basically gas limit, and also, for example, the minimum transaction fee, and then you multiply those and you gotta get the amount. But again, just you don't do that whole thing when you want to pump gas. You just look at the price, right? Because it's just a lot more easier. And then you know all of the other fees, for example, like the initialization fee, and also like the smart contract, or I mean the transfer of the contract or the contract approval fee. And then you have all of the Ethereum fees, which is basically whatever you're gonna do here is gonna cost you money unless you use Polygon though. I'll see you guys next time though. Thanks for watching. Comment down below, let me know what was helpful, and if it was, share it with a friend. That way they know what they're actually getting into also. On top of that, also like this video. Did I say that already? Subscribe. I guess do that too. And also, if you want to DM me on Instagram at TommyBryson, my only Instagram. Any other one, don't have a fan page, you're gonna get scammed. That's not me. I don't ask for money. And also, for example, if you want to call me, the link is down below for free calls anytime. And that's it. Peace out. Long-term team is out.